Here's a fun fact for you. If you wear a wig and you go to a sunny destination or you spend any time in the sun, when you remove that wig, there is a slight likelihood that you are going to walk away with a tan line. Yes, a tan line around your forehead. It's pretty funny, but it can be a tiny bit annoying. So in order to cheer myself up, today I'm going to be giving myself a haircut and I'm going to influence you to do the same.
First things first.
Oh.
My bleached brows got very mixed reviews, with some people absolutely obsessed with it, saying that it looks super editorial, and other people straight up telling me I look like an albino, which I don't know if you can say to someone. So despite the fact that they have a very good Lady Gaga theme to them, I want to bring some color back into them. So I'm dyeing them the same color as my hair. But these are going to take about 40 minutes to process properly, which gives me plenty of time to cut my own hair. Over the years, I've come to realize that whilst I am a very experimental person, part of the reason I tend to experiment so much is so that I can find my one true comfort cut, color, styling that really and truly brings me joy. And it has always been now the short A-line bob. You can't go wrong with it. At least for me, for my face shape, for my hair type, for my lifestyle, because I change my hair so frequently, this haircut is freaking foolproof. So today I'm going to show you how to cut it yourself. The first thing I'm going to teach you is that this haircut is most appropriate for straighter to a 2B hair type. This is not me saying you cannot do it. This is physically possible on most hair types. It's just going to sit very differently. The look that I'm going for is the kind of sleek, straight, or sometimes voluminous hairstyle that typically looks best on 1A, BC and 2A, BC hair types. I fall into the 2A category. My hair doesn't have a lot of movement. It is pretty dense and it mostly just falls flat, making me the ideal candidate for this type of a haircut. I have gone into detail about this topic on my TikToks, but let me know if you guys want me to go into detail in a full breakdown YouTube hair video. Now, what is the difference between an A-line and a regular bob? The cutting angle. A straight bob literally means that the haircut is straight. This means that if you were to lean backwards, it is going to give a tiny bit of a bizarre bubbling over here because all the hair is falling backwards. It could look cute, and a lot of people do that, but it's not the most flattering or chic version of this haircut. Instead of it being cut straight, it is actually cut with the back being short. The reason why this is so flattering, it is parallel to the jawline. And especially if you want to create maybe a faker jawline, maybe you've got way too soft cheeks or you've got a bit of a rounder face, this is a really good hack to kind of falsely create an illusion that you have a sharp jawline. Today we're going to be taking the easy DIY at-home cutting method to get a good, reliable haircut, but not being a very full fuss haircut, meaning we're gonna leave the ends a tiny bit choppy. I also do have quite a bit of layering around the front, which I'm for the most part going to leave, but I'm going to be kind of incorporating it almost like it's part of the haircut and it's intentional.
Dreamt about you last night. Woke up with tears running down and I asked why.
No haircut is complete without your guideline. Now, normally in a salon, we'd start this from the back of the head. I don't have eyes at the back of my head. In fact, I don't have anything in the back, as you can see. And most of you are also not going to have like a nice 30 mirror setup where you can literally see every angle. So I'm going to show you how I do this at home. I do have my mirror set up in front of me and I've angled this so that I can see myself clearly. I also have my camera monitor right there that is going to allow me to utilize different angles of my face. This is what's going to allow me to cut the hair on myself without making too many errors or fuck-ups. We're going to make precise cuts that are going to have intention behind them. We're not cutting blindly. The first way we are going to do that is by cutting our guidelines. And this literally means we are going to set the length for our hair. This length is going to be the longest part of our hair. Everything behind that is going to be shorter. And go down. And we cut it. I think we're going to go shorter. There's not much that I'm actually cutting, but it is going to set the mood for the entire haircut. Now we can see that everything is going to start bubbling upwards, but I'm probably going to name the title like At Home Easy Bob Cut, so that anyone who's going through something is going to have a really good, informative haircut tutorial that they're not going to regret within 2 hours. Lean sections, probably one of the things that gets me so riled up, especially in like Brad Mondo tutorials or Brad Mondo review videos, is when they do not take clean sections. They're just literally cutting blindly and the hair isn't even like set in place. No. Get a comb. You can either use the fine tooth area if you want it really sleek, or the wider one if you're going around areas like your ear and you want it to fall a bit more naturally, like you can see it here. Do not cross your legs. You need to keep your head and your entire body very straight.
Between us, I see you giving up only when we get just a little bit of distance, just a little distance between us. Still living in the past.
I'm pretty happy with that. I'm actually going to be taking slices of hair so that eventually they both meet at the back of the head. Here's an area that a lot of the times we do not give a lot of consideration to: the ear. A lot of the times you will see a lot of stylists like pull this super taut over here. The problem is there's an ear in the way, which means then when the hair is dry, this is going to bubble up. This is when you're going to take out your wider area comb and you're just going to lightly guide the hair into place, but we're not really like pushing it onto the ear. We're also letting the hair fall into its natural position, meaning I'm not bringing any of the hair forward, but I'm also not pushing it back. I'm literally keeping it exactly as it falls naturally and normally. And we're just going to kind of line it up with our existing cutting line. And we're just going to cut upwards. Do you see it? We're just going to double check to see how things are laying. I want to repeat this now on this side just so that we always have an area of symmetry, because probably one of the biggest mistakes I've committed on my poor clients is having one side longer than the other. And this is probably one of the biggest issues that any stylist is going to see when doing a bob cut on anyone. Like literally there is specific courses to take, train just this aspect of hair cutting. That is why some people consider the one length bob one of the most difficult haircuts to cut. Not because it's technically difficult, but because it is such a dominating haircut that even if you leave room for the tiniest bit of error, it's going to be immediately noticeable. Double check. Yeah, here we can see there's a tiny bit of a point. So I'm just going to... Probably the biggest life lesson I'm going to teach you when you're cutting your own hair at home: double check your work 20 times. Guys, do you see it? Do you feel the Stella coming back? Now this back part I am actually going to take layer by layer, simply because if I start taking vertical sections, I'm inadvertently going to pull it forward, and I really don't want to do that. Huh? There goes all the black. I'm thinking, where the hell's the red? That's all the black. Bye. Okay, so it turns out I'm going actually pretty short in the back. I did not realize we cut it this short, but it's actually exciting me. Now I'm going to take another section and repeat the same process. Not only are we using the layers underneath to help us guide, but also the layers that we've already cut on the side. And by layers, I mean cutting guides. Okay, that is my 40-minute haircut. Literally completed. I do intend on wearing this hairstyle or haircut somewhat messy, and I definitely do not blow dry my hair every single day, so I'm not too concerned about the cut not being terribly straight. If I am, I will go to a stylist and have it corrected. I did not know I had this much hair to cut. I'm always so used to me having short hair that genuinely this is feeling like I just cut a lot of hair. Vibes. All the black. I literally just cut off all of the black parts of my hair. I think having color coordinated brows to your hair is probably one of my favorite things. Actually, I think having monochromatic or color coordinated anything to your hair is the best thing ever. Did I think they were going to be this bright? No. I do think I'm going to put a tiny bit of pomade on it to try to give it a slightly darker appearance. But I do think these look so much better than the bleach brows with this hair. I still love the bleach brows, and I'm half toying with the idea of bleaching my entire head and then bleaching my brows again. For now, this is a really cool look. Obviously, we still have a tiny bit of the dark ends towards the ends of our hair, but it's pretty minuscule. So now I need to think up of a haircut, no, makeup look that is probably also going to be monochromatic. And continuing on a tangent that I started in my bleached brows videos. When you change something in your appearance, let's say it is your hair, you do need to accommodate every other feature on your face and your appearance to now reflect the change you made. For instance, because I cut my hair quite a bit shorter, I removed a lot of my recognizable feature. A bob cut, despite being a very powerful cut, is also an extremely simple cut. It doesn't leave much to the imagination, so to speak. So now that gives me a lot of liberty and freedom to play around with different makeup looks on my face. If I want to stand out, that is exactly what I have to do. Okay, I skied for literally 2 days and I got so tan that I'm now seeing that this foundation is a tiny bit light for me. Again, one of the things I'm already doing to accommodate this brand new look is I dyed my eyebrows to match the hair color. Red is one of those colors that can be overwhelming, like crazy overwhelming. So I would say less is more. One thing that I know I will want with this look is a bold red lip. That is the one thing I want. I don't want neutrals. So I'm actually going to start with that first. Okay, we've got the main contrast items now laid out on our face. Now I can start to build up blush, but I think also a tiny bit of contour. What did I do? Jesus Christ. Is this look giving 2016 to anyone? I feel like this is such a 2016 look. The short bob, the matching block eyebrows, the very deep lips, ColourPop liquid blush. These have grown on me so much I will say it blends better on not yet set faces. So this might be a bit difficult to blend out. Definitely need to darken the eyes, but I think we're setting like an interesting base. I can see it coming together. I think the thing that will tie this look together is liner. Final touches, but that will bring the whole look together. So 2016. This look is giving you such good vibes. I got an idea. But this look. In a lot of ways, this does genuinely feel like such a throwback look for me. So many of these elements were trending quite a few years ago and seemingly fell out of the trend cycle. But seeing the whole look together right now, from the choppy haircut to the particular coloring, eyebrows, lip shape, lip color, it is so beautifully cohesive, and it creates such a fun look in my opinion. So I threw in a tiny bit of these alternating waves just on the very top layer of the hair, which I think, like this, it creates such a beautiful shape for a haircut that is otherwise pretty restrictive, as I mentioned earlier. If you have a natural texture similar to how these curls are stitched, this is what the haircut looks like, and I think it has such a beautiful lived-in charm to it. And also, despite the fact that this was entirely homemade and took maybe 40 minutes to cut on ourselves on wet hair, the look looks so fun. It is cohesive, there's no bits and bobs that are sticking out, and overall there is a very flattering aspect to it, especially because we went for quite an A-line cut, meaning the back is shorter than the front. I definitely need to touch up my roots because I'm seeing my own natural hair starting to grow out. But right now, the color paired with the eyebrows, paired with the kind of deeper ends, I'm vibing. I'm obsessed. I also think it's super flirty. Is that just me? Is that just me that kind of thinks like this is actually a really sexy haircut? Let me know what color to put on this hair next, because I'm trying to figure out whether I want to go dark again, since I still need to touch up the roots, or else if I should try playing around with bleach. I think I'm gonna go grab a coffee. 100%. Let's go grab a coffee because I am tired.
Do you even notice I cut my hair today?
Yes, I did.
Thank you.
But I'm used to it, so I didn't comment on it, sorry.
My mom didn't even notice.
No, I noticed it was shorter. Because you had the ends were blacker last time as well.
True, I cut them all off today.
Don't worry about it. My hair is down today, so he's sad. Because he usually stays in the hood and he stays in.
It's so cute.